you get to participate in the corporate office calls with senior director and higher, which is where you're getting information before the rest of the field. So you get to get in on the secret stuff that's going on.
You'll get an email.
You'll get an email inviting you, and you'll get to know a lot of information released to you before the rest of the field.
That's right.
So that you get to prepare. Now, along with that comes some responsibility. They expect at that level that certain things are not being released, and you need to be able to abide by their rules.
They tell you what is and is not secret.
What is allowed to be shared.
The
and what's
Monday
not.
updates that I do in the team page, those all come from the senior director call and hire. So our senior directors and hire already know that information prior to me going live because they heard it on the call themselves.
Yes.
And I highly recommend that at senior director, if you have a team page, which now would be okay.
Because you have a reason.
Access to home office at this
now that you have a line to home office and you're getting information before the rest of the field, if you feel so inclined to start a group page where you're sharing those things in your own voice, we feel senior director is the appropriate time. It would be an appropriate time to start building out your own team.
Now let's talk about senior director, because if you're not there yet, it's a beast, y'all. Senior director,
it's the hardest jump you'll make.
It's the hardest jump you'll ever have to make. So with that being said,
we don't want to discourage you. We just want you to be prepared. It's a big jump.
And if you hit it, man, give yourself a freaking pat on the back, because
like,
it is
give yourself
hard.
Take a vacation.
Like go have
if
a
you
soda
hit it,
somewhere.
If you hit it, we already know you worked your tail off, and kudos to you, because it is not an easy jump. It's not an easy jump.
But it is an important jump, and it is a milestone jump. For one, because of the leader calls.
Well, in my opinion, if you could hit that, there's not a rank you can't hit.
That's true.
Because it's a very difficult jump. And if you've managed to get from director to senior director, you're going all the way to the top.
And let's also talk about what they get at senior director. If they hit in our team, we are doing a leadership retreat for senior directors and higher. So if you hit senior director this year by, what did we say, September?
I don't remember.
September, you have to be senior director or higher. We are doing a leadership retreat here in Austin, Texas, and it's gonna be amazing. And
I keep forgetting that we're doing that, and every time I remember, it's like,
it's exciting.
I'm so excited.
It is going to be in October, and we will do something every year. I don't know what the qualifications will be each year, but this one is our first one, and so we're super giddy and excited.
I mean, honestly, it's gonna depend on,
how many people
are hitting each rank and what we can afford. We try to be very generous, but we still have to feed our families. So we want to make sure that we are able to provide a fun retreat at a level that we can afford. So for this year, we don't have tons of senior directors, so we felt like that was a rank we could afford.
And it's the hardest
to pay
rank
for everybody.
We wanted to encourage people to reach for that rank.
Yeah,
it is a really hard rank to hit.
Really hard rank, and we wanted to go a little above and beyond extra of what you get in the compensation plan, which is probably the smallest jump in pay between ranks.
For the amount of jump you have to make, the pay does not match it like the rest do.
So it can feel a little bit discouraging when you're trying to hit this rank, but we're here to tell you
it's a stepping stone.
It's an important stepping stone, and like I said, if you can hit it, you're going all the way to the top, because your team's, you're gonna keep going. There's not a rank you can't hit.
And if you're like me, which I'm finding that not very many people are like me, but if you're like me, I am like a rank, like that matters.
Whore.
I wasn't gonna say
That's the word you want to say though.
But I wasn't gonna say
she's a title whore.
Like it matters to me. It matters that once I've hit a rank, I don't drop back. And that if I can hit the next rank, then I'm proving to myself that I can hit the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. So for me, senior director wasn't about the pay.
Well, we joke about you being a title whore, whatever, but in reality, that mentality, that drive, that
motivation.
No. What's the word you're talking about? That's the word when you like to achieve things. When you're that ambition to hit the next rank, that's what's driven your business forward these past 2 years and gotten you into the presidential circle where you are. Well, it also helped that I hit the circle before you, and that drove her so hard. But that ambition and that competition and that drive is what's driven your business forward all these years.
There's a lot of people that have hit certain ranks just to hit the ranks and get excited about that, but then they drop down in their business, back down to director or whatever. And I don't allow myself to do that because I like the title. So for me, senior director was not about the jump in pay, because that comes at executive. But it was
all
about
the other benefits that come with it.
For sure.
You qualify for the leadership retreats. You're noticed senior
Yes.
director is a very elite. It's a very elite
it
rank.
is, and there's not very many.
There's
of
not
them.
very many of us. in the
So
company.
because once they hit them, they jump to executive. So there's really not a big. It's a big jump, but it's an easier jump. So let's
Nothing
talk
like
about.
director to senior
So let's talk
director.
about what you need from director to senior director.
Yeah.
Because director, you're at $7,500 a month, and 20,000 lifetime.
In group volume per month, 7,500.
And 20,000 lifetime.
So you're gonna jump from
75.
director, where you're getting 7,500 a month, to qualify to 25
$25,000 a month.
In a
so
month.
it is the largest jump.
volume wise.
Yeah, it's gigantic. So
It's
from
huge.
director to senior director, you got to go from 75 to 25,000 in a month.
Yeah, group volume.
Group volume, and then your lifetime is a killer too, because you have to go from 20,000 lifetime to 50. So you're looking at a gigantic jump, but I promise you, and this is really all I want to cover here, it is worth it. It is worth it to have that in with home office, be eligible for leadership retreats, and make that step closer to executive, because executive is what we're going to talk about
That's
next.
the good stuff,
And
people.
it is the best.
Executive is when the good
So
stuff
if you're
happens.
not executive yet, watch it, because you're gonna wanna know all the good stuff that comes with executive. Oh, also, the pay difference from director to senior director is 1.5% on everybody level 5 and down to an infinite depth. So if
That adds up.
I have 27 people on my team, I will get 1.5% on everything they do all the way down until you have another senior director below you.
Right.
So that's, it is a jump in pay. It's just not, it just doesn't match the amount of jump.
But I feel like
volume-wise.
they make up for it with the jump
With the
from
home
senior
office.
director to
Well,
executive.
and they include you guys on the home office because they do value you as a leader.
And which is why we like to do from senior director and up for our leadership retreat.
So there are other benefits to being a senior director besides the
That's right.
income itself. But also at this point, go ahead and start a group. Get it ready. If you need help on how to start a group, feel free to reach out to me and Leah or your sponsor. Use your sponsor. That's what they're there for. And
we have such great sponsors.
they are so good. So
We really do. We have great
we will
leaders.
see you on the other side of this video.
And then stay tuned for exec, because
Executive is what I meant.
that's where it gets good.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.